let's just roll. Uh,
All right, are we live?
Let me get the chat pulled up.
I'm also going to pull the chat up so that I can see what have yous.
My streaming.
Are you streaming? I don't know. You tell me, man.
I don't know. I mean, I hit the button.
Did you hit the button? Well, you're live now, so yeah, it looks like it.
My bit
Okay,
rate's
wonderful.
shit though.
Here we go. What? Okay.
Dropping frames, bro. What the fuck? My network thing is all over the place. What's here?
I have no idea.
Well, okay.
Well, we're
Weird.
here anyway, so
We're
let's.
fucking. I'm sorry if the bit rate's dog shit. I'm trying to fix it. I'm at the mercy of telecom. The.
Well, so what's on the docket for us to talk about
Oh, let
today
me
then?
find my papers. It is well, I
I
think
got. Well,
you got
you
it.
sent me the
Thank
list
God,
the
somebody's
other
paying
morning.
attention.
Yeah. I have to scroll back through all the memes we shared with each other. All right, here we are. We got a bunch of shit that we can talk about today. Now, granted, I am not 100% sure how to read all of your handwriting here, Darby.
That's
So
okay. Hold on
we're
though,
gonna
because the
holding.
thing is the bitrate is bad.
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
now it's fine.
Are you plugged? Are
Oh, now it's
you
bad.
on Wi-Fi? Or are you actually
No,
plugged
I'm
in?
hardwired into the thingy.
Oh, that's rough.
Was stealing my bits. Okay. Well, the fucking the election, man.
The election happened. The election happened, and it looks like.
It
Well, I
was
mean,
kind of a
it was a kind of a slap in the face to some to the
election.
Mr. Trump guy. So hey, I'm pretty fucking happy about that. I know what three was it three big seats I think in Virginia were taken over. We're gonna have to just look at all of them.
Yeah, let's see. So, legal United States. Okay. Overview of the 2025 elections. While 2025 is considered an off year, the results matter significantly for shaping future political direction. Key races took place in states like New Jersey, Virginia, and several congressional districts that required special elections to fill vacant seats. Voters across these regions turned out to elect governors, legislators, and local officials, creating a snapshot of the political climate ahead. Okay. Let's see. House of Reps. Key takeaways. Florida's first district, Republicans retain the seat, 57% of the vote. 6th district, Republicans hold, margin of roughly 40 points. Virginia's 11th district, Democrats maintain control, over 75%.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It looks like Proposition 50 in California also passed through, which
Prop
is
50 passed.
their redistricting effort.
Let's see. Jersey and Virginia, the
Mm-hmm.
Democratic candidate successfully defended the governorship, continuing the party's control of the state, which I think is
Mm-hmm.
significant. I don't know if it's one of these states almost never, not since the 60s, has let somebody have a third term. They almost always vote the third time to change. So one of them, I think New Jersey. So let's see. Virginia, the Republican candidate maintained leadership, signaling strong conservative. What? So that's a governor, though. Yeah. Is
In
this
New Jersey, is
Virginia?
that?
Is this a?
Oh, in Virginia. Yes. So the governor. Oh gosh, was it? I don't remember who it was. Mickey Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger are the names of the two that had won in Virginia and in New Jersey. However, I'm not 100% sure which one is where. I'm going to actually look in just a minute. Okay.
We didn't do any fucking prep for this at all.
No, not at all. I mean, well, do we fucking ever, man? I mean,
Well, yeah, we usually, for the last 2 weeks, we've had the links all. But
oh
that's
well, I
okay.
guess
That's all right.
yeah, we probably should have done some preparation, but yeah, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, talking
We're all
about
here. We're having a good
we're
time.
having a good time.
We're all having a great time. At least I don't know, better than before because it looks like. God, I
Okay,
mean,
here we go.
hold on. Which was one of the
I found
somewhere had a
the
full sweep in their House of Delegates, I
here.
think.
Um, just gonna start pasting the fucking links for these in the chat.
All right, man.
Let's see. Virginia governor, yeah, Spanberger won, 57% of the vote. New Jersey governor Mikey Sherrill, Democrat, 56% of the vote. New
Mm-hmm.
York, Mamdani with 50.4.
That's
That's
crazy. That is an actual legit fucking full on majority of New York. That is hooray. I mean, not that I've ever been to fucking New York, but right, Yeah,
that's the
okay.
one.
So
That's the
yeah.
one that, and then
Holy shit! Look at
California's
look at the margin on
on
California.
Prop
That's a
50.
Jesus Christ. That's insane. I mean, that's practically 2 to 1.
It's fucked up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This one hangs me up, dude, because I and
Mm-hmm.
it's a fucking tragedy because they passed that idea that that redistricting needs to be more fair. That's why they had to have this ballot measure, is because I think during Schwarzenegger they had this thing where it made the map drawing more balanced, and so they had to pass this to allow them to redistrict, to basically cheat. Like, if we're just gonna call it the way it is, like,
That was gerrymandering. They are intentionally trying to gerrymander
right?
the
Which,
race.
I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
yeah, it's in response, right? But it still feels shitty. It's like
Yeah, I mean,
it's a shitty thing, but I don't see it as anything other than necessary. Like,
yeah, I mean,
because
like
if
it's fighting fire with fire because, like, what the fuck was Trump trying to push within Texas and within other
I know,
states?
I
Like,
know. Well, it's
trying
like
to
it.
at least this way they actually put it to a vote and let the
Oh,
people
hey,
of California choose, right?
what's up, man?
You-
We got a chatter. What's going
Hello.
on, man? Hit us with it.
Yeah, interesting political question. Let us go.
We'll give it a try.
Yeah, you're talking to a couple of hicks from Arizona, so no guarantee that we're going to be of any kind of substance with our answers. So
Well, while we wait for their thing. Yeah, no, I mean, it's kind of like if you're in a video game and somebody keeps like comboing you, and this has kind of always been a problem with democratic way of doing this, is that like being so attached to the politeness and the niceties of it, while just getting, which is fine, but like while getting just trounced by Republicans that just don't like hold back at all. Like any dirty little
the
trick or
whole we
whatever.
go high, when they
Yeah,
go low
like,
type of thing.
and like, okay, so that's like quality of life arguments versus like rule of law and like philosophy about the country problems.
Hmm.
Like that's, well, I think those things are important. It doesn't really like, it doesn't do you any good when you're getting, you know, like
I mean,
backstabbed constantly.
yeah, I mean, like I do think that there's a time when like it's important to.
Hold on,
Oh,
wait.
hold on,
Oh,
hold
here
on.
we
We
go.
got something.
I'm a
I'm an
bull
old
moose
bull moose.
progressive.
Oh no shit.
A lot of the old 1912 platform I find interesting, even if some of it is outdated. I am curious today if left wingers would be more Roosevelt bull moose progressive or Wilsonian progressive. I find the 1912 election fascinating, and we hear so much today about the progressive movement. Okay,
Okay, so
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
look up.
super
I
well
know
familiar
Roosevelt
with a
was an
bunch of that stuff, but
imperialist.
I know a little bit. Yes,
Okay, here.
and
You,
Wilson was a disgusting human being. Is
you
the
do a
other half of that.
rundown. You do 12 seconds of research on Wilson. I'm gonna do 12 seconds of research on
12
Roosevelt.
seconds of research. Okay, all
Yeah,
right. Woodrow Wilson. All right, but like,
spelled.
God, I know that Wilson had like a fucking stroke at the end of his thing. He ran on keeping us out of the war. Uh, uh, which war? The Great War, allegedly. But then ended up getting dragged us on into there. Let's take a quick look around and see. So now, like, as far as their specific policies, oh man, let me think here. I do know that Roosevelt, he was the guy that started a number of the
Are we
parks that
talking?
we have
We're talking
in the
FDR,
country. N- uh, no, if
Bull
he's
Moose
talking that
Party.
Roosevelt, he
Yeah, yeah.
probably means Teddy. He probably means
Ah,
Teddy
yeah.
Roosevelt.
Okay. I was like, this isn't the right Roosevelt.
Yeah, other one there. Yeah.
So I remember. So Roosevelt did. Um. Uh. That Roosevelt, I think, implemented a lot of the food safety rules. I think what national parks had to do with. See, Bull Moose Party. 2 seconds here.
Hmm.
Yeah, Eddie heard. Thank you. Sorry, I'm out of it.
Feel free to read aloud if you.
I'm
If you
looking
find
for
more
like
things
their
that I don't know.
platform. It's like,
It's quite all right.
stream us in the
I can't focus on
library,
shit
just
right
reading.
now. Yeah.
Okay, well here, then fuck this, bro. Why don't you explain what you like? What about these things like speak to you? I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Again, we're bunch of hicks from middle Arizona.
I'm
Didn't
gonna, yeah, my
really
knowledge
stay
about Teddy
politically
Roosevelt is
in tune for a
lacking.
long time. Yeah. Likewise. I played Teddy Brewster once at a play, but that's about as close as I can get. Uh,
You didn't play a guy that thought he was Teddy Roosevelt?
well, that was Teddy Brewster in Arsenic and Old Lace. I played Teddy Brewster, and he thought he was Teddy Roosevelt, and so like there's the whole Panama situation and stuff. But like, my God, that was way more than half my life ago at this point. I don't really even remember that shit too much.
Let's see.
Oh, gosh.
I think. Well, okay. Uh, Progressives today. Let's see. I'm gonna read the question again and try and just how I can. I'm a Bull Moose progressive. A lot of the old 1912 platform. Roosevelt.
I don't know.
Um,
I guess it would probably be what we could more specifically do is like tell you
I
what
could lay
we
out my
want.
platform.
Like, yeah, like I'm just not.
Yeah,
We'd have to take a lot of time to actually read into these things before we could agree
yeah,
one way or the other, or even necessarily disagree one way or the other. So, like, I mean, like, oh, okay, so like, because I know Teddy Roosevelt was, the environmentalist, at least had some leanings that way. We'll start there. Yeah, no, environmentalism is very important to probably the both of us, I would say. I mean, like, Darby, you grow fucking plants all the time. You have your own little garden. You worked in your little nursery for fucking
yeah.
years and shit. And neither of us are particularly,
I'm a super hippie dude.
you know, super hippie. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
less super hippie, but hey, natural things are better. Like
Okay,
we should.
so
Hey, there we go. All
there we
right.
go.
I personally like Roosevelt's ideas on conservation and fighting back. Then, for things like child labor laws, direct elections, fighting for women's rights, which back then was an issue that Wilson dragged his feet on. I am also an Eisenhower Democrat because he is my all time favorite president. But back to the point, I. Oops, I scrolled up. It's here. But back to the point, I probably would have been turned off by Wilson's racism. Well, I mean,
Good
racism
on
in
you for
general.
being turned off by racism. we
I mean,
would like to hear it. Uh,
basically, hey, I'm a Democrat, but I want to resegregate the government because blacks are bad and I hate them. Wait, I'm sorry. That second
I'm
message there was
assuming
that.
that's Wilson's. I'm
Yeah,
praying that's
I'm.
Wilson's platform.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. There. Um, but yeah, like, personally, like Roosevelt's ideas on conservation and fighting back, than for things like child labor laws. So, like, does that imply you're not for the child labor laws and stuff? If so, I'd have to ask why. Um, Direct elections.
No, fighting back then
Those
for things like, okay, so yeah, so I think that like
okay. I see.
progressive,
I
yeah,
misread. Okay.
progressively, like rights are a huge thing. Like for like I think that, yeah, like fucking
Yeah, I
child
mean,
labor
yeah, yeah.
laws,
Workers'
obviously,
rights,
like
women's rights.
yeah,
Yeah, like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, I'm down for all that shit. So, oh no, I support child labor law.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's, yeah,
Yeah,
like I
that
mean,
was
yeah,
totally a misreading on my part there. So,
that and
my
kids
apologies.
can't cook, so like putting them to work is like just annoying. More,
Yeah, right. I mean,
just
God, have
kidding.
you
I'm
seen
just joking.
Snowpiercer? Dear Christ.
Yeah. Come on, dude. It's very simple. Just get in the machine and get to. No, I think. No, yeah, of course, dude. Like, okay, so on that, yeah. Conservation, I think that, yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, Teddy, to conserve these places, just shit on all the tribes that already live there, at least with. Was there a part of that? Mount Rushmore is like a sacred site to the tribe that lived there and carved our. But
That'd be correct. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, and then yeah, I think Teddy, yeah, also did food safety laws, which makes sense. I feel like that should kind of be like the prime directive of government, is like taking care of the people that pay into it, right? Like it it's almost like the insurance company. Somebody put it this way: it's the thing that takes care of what the private sector cannot, like the stuff that you can't make money on doing, but still needs
Mm.
to get done. It's like a forced donation based system that takes care of those things, and we all share in the splendor of what it can do. To me, does that does that track? Like, yeah, so yeah, of course, like labor laws, fucking A, dude.
Mhm.
Rights, I think that yeah, obviously racism is shitty, and
Yeah,
the
I mean, like, I don't know. In general, like, I guess one of the things that I'd like to point out, I think probably the Ninth Amendment is actually my favorite of all of the amendments, even though I think that obviously the first is probably the most important that we have here. But the Ninth is most important, or is most prescient to me specifically, at least, because it implies that there are far more rights than what are outlined inside the Constitution. And so, I really do think that we are far lacking on the number of rights that we really should be guaranteed. Okay, well, there's another replies here. But you look at that platform he ran on. If you had a progressive running on that stuff, plus some changes to fit in with the 21st century, I would get behind it because a lot of it makes sense. My issue overall with Wilson was his progressivism. Was his progressivism was more I am going to do what TR did. Teddy Roosevelt, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm going to do what Teddy Roosevelt did, but drip feed it to people, and I'm not really progressive. I just say that.
dude, okay, so I think that okay, so you want to talk about that idea and then spun into the 21st century. This is, I think, the tension that we're running into between like, and I know this is so fucking said all the time, but the AOCs, the Bernies, and now the Mamdanis, like that. It's talking a big game about actually making government
Mhm.
work, but then actually just falling back on like harvesting profit. Like you like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean there
I
are
wish
establishment elites that have their own desires and needs and wants that they want fulfilled, and they're more than willing to quash the normal people for it. So like, yeah, no, I mean like if that's how Wilson was, then like fuck Wilson, maybe.
it's hard
Like,
because I I don't know. I think that just elections again for the 21st century are hard because there's so many different like polarizing dynamics as far as like diets that we have to work on. Like you, I don't know, man. It's a problem that I am like I have a hard time grappling with because there's still sections of like the country that don't engage with the internet the way other parts of the country do. So there's all kinds of different, you
mm,
know, media inputs that they get that would make one like a progressive platform like this. This has been like the whistle. So Mamdani says he's a democratic socialist but is running independent. Okay. I think the Democratic Party right now is having a branding issue because it has basically just been like plain bread pudding, like without sugar on it for a long fucking time. It's like this exact we're not moving the goalpost forward. It's not actually progressive at all. It's not going to make your lives measurably better, and we don't really actually care to fight for it. But we're going to talk about it because we think it's what needs to happen.
mm. Oh, hold on. Granted, yes, 1912 was a vastly different time, and I know very well things were different back then. But for example, I do not talk about climate change. I speak about protecting national parks, making sure animals and water are protected and taken care of. Stuff like that works.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, like, yeah,
I think like yeah,
I
okay, I get
think
like
that
so water
protecting
rights
climate
too.
change is part of that, but yes.
It's I think that's why that's kind of my point that I'm speaking to. So like that's one of those words, you know what I mean? As far as
Oh,
see,
hold
because
on.
people
Here.
hear it and it makes sense rather than just climate change is the worst thing since the Holocaust. Sorry. No, dude,
Oh yeah, the Democratic Party has a horrible fucking messaging platform. That is like you are spot the fuck on with that, man. Like just saying that climate change is the worst thing is like not gonna
it
get
doesn't,
it there
and it's
at all.
hard for the
It's like trying to
specific.
assume
Yeah,
that like we were gonna defeat Trump by being like, yeah, Trump really sucks and we're just not Trump. And that's exactly what we got in 2024, and that's precisely why we have Trump right now. So like, yeah, no, not even. I think you're correct. Just saying climate change is sucks is not going to be. We actually have to
but
demonstrably show it. We
you
have.
have
Oh,
to.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. You have to bring it down to a level that actually like fucking resonates with people, and that's why like it has to make sense in the scope of people's daily lives because we can think all high minded about like but instead of we need to save the planet because we're literally going to go extinct if this doesn't get taken care of eventually, like you need to bring it down to like yo dude, the air is toxic.
Mhm. Okay, say the stuff as someone who lives in Florida. The state party down here is a complete disaster. They need to cast aside the DSA. Florida is the only state where you cannot run far left progressives. Uh, I don't know the politics of all of the 50 states well enough to say specifically, oh, well, hold on, they need to be a more center to center right party down here. Uh, all politics are local politics. I can open with that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, who you guys are going to support is going to be who you guys support. We're way over here nearish to the West Coast, so like, don't let me fucking tell you how to do your politics. At the same point in time, I don't know. I think I'm pretty far left, man. I think that there's a lot of things that need to get fixed, and going left is probably going to be how to do most of it. But
I think
yo, dude, like,
I think we're speaking to a good point here that like if and you said this one time, if you continually vote for the lesser of two evils,
mhm,
you know what I mean? Like that choice is dog shit. I hate making that choice. I felt like a lot of the elections in my lifetime have been that choice of like I
yeah.
guess I'm just choosing this one because I don't hate it as much. Like you know what I mean? Consistently, but uh, bird. It's a bummer because and I what pisses me off, dude. These fucking kids, dude.
Well,
These
okay,
damned
I,
kids.
these damn
I'm
kids.
not even joking. If you look, and it's not just kids. It's just it. The lack of civic engagement, I think, is a gigantic, and then the lack of the awareness that those two things go hand in hand. Because
Mhm.
you've got a nation full of people suffering. Okay, and
So yeah, they did
okay,
reply back to
yeah,
me.
no,
So I'm
I'm
like,
seeing it.
yeah, like, I mean, okay, right, like having a Democrat run saying, "Hey, I'm a communist and I hate Cubans" in a mostly Cuban town. Yeah, you don't shit on your demographics. That was obviously not a smart thing to do there. But like in general, like, hey, like, I again, I'm not down there. I'm not in your town, so I don't even know who the fuck was running where you were and stuff like that. But like, I gotta say, in general, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm a communist
I
necessarily.
don't know enough about
I'm
what
not.
happened in Cuba,
I'm
but
more of a social. Whoops. I'm more of a socialist than
I think
anything.
that
Right. Now, granted,
this
I don't know many of the terms specifically and all of that. Again, I can give you what I like, but down near Miami, he says. Okay.
this
Well,
okay this I think again ties. This is another one of those like propaganda buzzwords. Like it's I'm not, I don't know enough about Cuba. I don't know like what kind of happened under the communists because yes
yeah. I
I
mean, there was the whole Castro thing. There
yeah
was pretty brutal regime and shit like that. I know that America didn't do anything to really help that situation. I can tell you that much.
I
We almost
it's
nuked the fucking world because of that shit. So like, maybe. Mm,
it's the propaganda that has taken the socialist and made it equal communist and made it incredibly difficult
mm,
to find because like uh, at least this was almost my
right.
perspective on it for a long time is that communism equals authoritarianism like you know what I mean like awful control of everything communist regime which like I I won't even speak to the history of I don't know but now they've managed to take the word socialist and equate it with communism.
Yeah, why the hell do you like? Okay, well, hold on, here. Now, I also know what people will say who are socialists. Then why the hell do you like Eisenhower? Because that was the guy when we needed him, was a war hero who did some unsavory things. Yes, but he was not a shit person. Um, uh, another reply to that is I think that every president has done war crimes, like literally all of them. So, but aside from that, like, I mean, yeah, Eisenhower was the. I mean, okay, because I do know that because of Eisenhower, it was specifically why there was so much documentation about the Holocaust and why it's because something along the lines of like get it all down now because some bastard down history is going to say that this never happened, right? That was something that Eisenhower had said. So like, I don't disagree necessarily with any of that kind of stuff. Obviously, like he seemed to do that kind of stuff fine. I don't know the nuances of his policies to be able to speak about anything individually, but oh, hold on, I'm sorry, I just noticed. I always remember my grandfather who told me Dwight was the only Republican he ever voted for. Um, I mean, hey, fair enough, dude. Like, I mean, yeah, like I don't know. I've got some. We both have. We're brothers, obviously, but we have some family that has voted Republican before and for a while, and that's not very fun. But hey, we deal with it when we
I
can.
think
But I think that. Oh, what's up?
I hate that like and again this is kind of like I think one of like a deeper kind of issue here Republican or Democrat, like those words,
Those are just labels, right?
they I don't know, they like it pisses me off because it allows you to have somebody to be fighting against. Like, but you're put in a situation where you chose one lane versus the other.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, I mean, like, okay. One of my favorite quotes that I know of is, America is also a one-party system, but in typical American fashion, they have two. Right? I think that the Democratic Party, for a long time, has been just, I don't know, kind of Republican light, and like, I mean, they haven't really effectively fought against any of the shit that the Republicans have done, like at all.
it's just like stop gapping
I mean, a handful of them have,
the
but
descent into
not many.
shittiness,
Exactly. Right? I mean,
which
because like,
goes
after
back to they're feckless. Like, and I think that, yeah, the money there, there's way more fucking money just letting things be
Mhm,
what they are, because of unfettered business interests being able to just do whatever they do. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Like, it. I don't know. Some reform to that, because yeah, all of these things, like, yeah, in the branding of it, protect the fucking, because who's gonna argue with that? Who's gonna argue with I want clean drinking water? Okay,
mhm,
but if I say we should heavily regulate big business, you can spin that in such a crazy way to make it sound like, oh, these but my taxes, but my, you know what I mean? Like, oh, regulation, get government out of my. It's like a propaganda thing, because I feel like almost everyone would agree with, oh, it'd be nice if all the kids had fucking school, and it would be nice if
mhm,
nobody fucking starved, right? Like, you want to deal with the homeless problem? Well, let's fix it. You know what I mean? Like,
mhm.
but
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can
this
spin it
is
into
the
this
wealthiest
crazy.
country in the history of the planet, so far I know. Like, it's crazy the fact that we just don't do that for everybody. We have more than enough money to pay to get this shit done. We have more than enough resources to get this shit done. So, like,
It's just
if
it's a messaging thing. So I bet you could run somebody that wants to implement, and I think, okay, so this is one thing. Okay, we talk about the Mamdani thing. He's he's been everywhere. So
mhm,
one thing that I've noticed about what his campaign did is he kept it very fucking short and sweet and to the okay, and then when somebody would try and drag him off topic, it would immediately get reeled back in. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I'm
Yeah, he
not
went
going to
right
talk
back to the
about
policies he was fighting for.
exactly what he wants to do about it, like,
Mhm,
and what the outcome that it's going to be about. So you could probably, that would be the thing, is that they would spin it as you're a crazy communist, as you saw.
mhm. That's
But
definitely what they tried to do with that.
if we can get that, it's the non-voters, dude. I
Yeah, I mean, a
it's the
third of the
it's
country doesn't, roughly on average, right? About a third of us just don't. And if that was one of the biggest tricks that was played on the American public is making us think that like voting doesn't matter. Like, oh, I'm just one vote in the massive sea of millions and millions and millions. Like, yeah, sure, that's
or
technically true, but
it's
like,
the yeah,
there's
the deep
also
state, or they're going to
tons
vote for
of
whoever they want, or
precisely right, and that's just all kind of
only
bullshit,
the DNC
really.
does it.
Y- Yeah, but my point here is like if it really didn't matter, then why do elections even occur, right? To try and placate people? I mean, sure, but like, then why do elections work sometimes if it's just to placate people? Why
Well,
is
yeah, no,
Zoran
I mean,
Mamdani now the mayor-elect of New York?
it's
Why are the
just the
governors of
fucking it's
Virginia
just the
and New Jersey
propaganda.
going to change?
So, like, if you could run a progressive candidate, okay, so like the way you do this is you actually take the campaign and make it focused around and centered on fixing the problems of the people that you're
Hmm.
talking to, which is crazy
Exactly.
because, like, this whole media environment thing has made every one of these elections like a national thing. Like, it's made
Hmm.
all of them a gigantic national issue. And while most of the country agree with faster and having universal child care, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
that was because that was what the constituents there want. So what you would have to do in somewhere like Florida is be like, what, I don't know, I'm shitty for this, but like, you guys hate gators? Like, let's
Yeah.
figure that fucking problem out. Is like, whatever, sorry to any Florida, but the fucking whatever problems are plaguing that community that you want to run a candidate on, fucking fuck both parties, because that's the big problem, is trapped between, you know, the assholes with a smile and the ones that want to watch you starve.
Mhm.
Is kind of,
Yeah. And well, the ones that want to smile want to meet the assholes who want to see you starve halfway,
yeah.
right? And if, well, I mean,
What
then
was
you're
it? It
halfway to
was,
starvation.
if
That's not very good.
there's 11 people sitting at the see, there's 12 Nazis sitting at the like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like like negotiating with that, and I think that, well, okay, well, I hold that belief that it's, I don't think something that really sells well.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Because I
No,
mean, like that's
because yeah,
one of the things that I think is very important, and actually one of the reasons why the elections I think have turned out this way is because it's rarely, if ever, acceptable to throw the punch first. Right, very, very few times is it okay to throw the punch first. If you do that, you're going to get almost everybody, well, not almost everybody, but a number more people against you than you would have for you. And so, but if you're throwing the punch second, well, that means that you're the one who has been attacked. Therefore, you have the underdog status, at least to start. It seems like, yeah, you're just along minding your business, right? But then you get punched and you have to punch back. Well, I'm not talking necessarily always literally. I mean, yes, is this the case in like real world fights? Sure, yes, try not to go start a fucking fight. But I'm also talking metaphorically here, right? You know, the government, as it currently is, controlled by Republicans, is doing awful fucking things. Just awful fucking things, blatantly and openly. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. Every section, every Congress that we've had, every president that we've had, they've all passed on some pretty awful fucking shit before, right? But this is really coming to a head, and because it's coming to a head, I think we actually have a chance to do something about it. Because there's a history in this country of, at least the little bit that I know of, when there's massive unrest that is followed by massive change, right? You know, the civil rights era, the Civil War itself, right? You know, a bunch of progressive policies that ended up coming out from FDR and shit after the First World War, or excuse me, after the Second World War. Um,
keep going, keep going, keep
well,
going. I'm
well,
serious. I'm just sorry. I have to take
oh, you're
hydrated, bro.
go. It's all right. I need to go get some water in a minute, so we'll trade off. We'll tag team this shit, man.
Okay, heard. All right, I'll be back. Find a
Yeah,
look at that. I'm sorry. Will you look at that list and let's cover some other news? We should get back on. Stay on. We should get
yeah.
back on target. Okay,
We
I'm
probably
sorry.
should talk
I'll
about some shit that
I'll be
that
back.
actually matters,
You
and not
lined it up.
just I lined it up. Oh
I,
man,
I wrote it all
you're
down. You find the article.
I'm gonna.
I'll be back.
Okay,
You don't
very
have to
good.
do it.
All right. Why I'm looking. I'm looking. All right, man. There's gonna be a whole. Oh boy. So we're gonna look up this first one that he has written down. The first one he wants to look into is gonna be the Raskin Judiciary announcement. Let's see what the fuck that is. Let's see here. We're all for it. Let's see here. What do we got going on here? The House Committee on the Judiciary, Democrats ranking member Jamie Raskin. Let me see here. Is this what he's referring to? Maybe this is what he's referring to. I'm not sure. All right, nearly 50 abuse survivors identified, at least 20 Epstein co-conspirators to FBI and law enforcement before Trump's DOJ killed the investigation. This is according to Democrats' judiciaryhouse.gov. Don't know how particularly I've not come here, but it's a Gov website, so I mean, hey, we'll see what it has to say at least. Washington, D.C., November 4th, 2025. Representative Jamie Raskin, ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, sent a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi demanding to know why the Trump administration abruptly terminated a criminal investigation into the co-conspirators of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine? I never remember how to pronounce her name. The DOJ decision to. Oh, hey, he's back. Hold on. Let me throw this. Darby, I have an article up. I just popped it into. I popped it into the stream chat. So if you want to go take a look at it here, we're still in the first paragraph. So the DOJ decision to end the investigation, and I hope this is what you meant about with the Raskin
Found it. Got it.
thing. I think this is the case. Cool. Thank you. The DOJ decision to end the investigation shielded a network of powerful individuals accused of enabling and engaging in the massive billion-dollar sex trafficking operation, while rejecting the outrage and reports of the survivors who assisted federal investigators in their pursuit of justice and accountability. Quote, why would the Trump administration... Oh, there he is.
I
Oh,
was thinking.
that was very nice. Thank you. What a
Don't
fellow.
worry. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry so much. Just keep when you're on one, stay on one. See the
Just
chat pop up. Just keep going.
yeah. All right, man.
You're talking.
This
No, no, no.
this
No.
ADD shit is for the birds, man.
I
Anyway,
trust me. If you're talking,
so
just keep talking.
all right. So, why would the Trump administration, the Department of Justice, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation kill an ongoing criminal investigation into a massive and decades-long criminal sex trafficking ring that preyed on girls and young women? Who exactly are you intending to protect by this action? Wrote Ranking Member Raskin. Until January 25th, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York was conducting an active investigation into Epstein and Maxwell's co-conspirators. Raskin's letter contains previously unreleased details shared by counsel for Epstein survivors who provided the key evidence enabling the successful prosecution of Maxwell. Well, yeah, I mean, it's looking like, essentially, I've only read the first like 3 paragraphs here, but essentially, he's like, "Why the fuck are we killing an investigation into the whole Epstein thing?" And that just doesn't sound great.
Doesn't sound great.
Maybe killing investigations in general. We should let investigations conclude. Usually, probably, because investigations. Don't get me wrong. They can usually lead to convictions and hopefully get people
Yeah.
behind bars. That'd be nice. One could assume. I think it might be.
I would feel
too
so bad for that
unrealistic to
royal
assume.
family, though. Like, really.
Oh, I know. Well, fucking actually, didn't fucking Andrew get stripped of his prince titles or some shit like
Yeah,
that?
and then moved
That
into a
was
slightly
interesting.
smaller mansion,
Yeah.
slightly
Oh, woe
further
is
out in the
him.
hills. Yeah, like whatever.
Yeah,
But
no kidding.
oh, he's not a prince anymore. I'm taking your crown. But
If this was 1304, maybe that would have meant something.
it would have meant something. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right,
So
let's
yeah,
see. Where's my fucking? They pulled this shit up. Well, what else? Okay, so this is again. So the Epstein thing, it's so annoying that yeah, for the majority, if talking about file, and
yeah, no
nothing has
kidding.
happened about it, like, and it's so funny because the Epstein didn't kill himself; it was just a meme, and
Yeah.
as evidence, not even evidence, it's just lack of evidence. That's the other thing. As lack of evidence keeps emerging, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
just it wouldn't surprise me at all. Like it wouldn't surprise me at all if he had him. He died in Trump's custody, right? At least under his
Uh,
administration.
I'm pretty sure it was during his administration. Let me double check Epstein's death.
And
When
then
did Jeffrey Epstein die? August 10th, 2019. Look at that. Look at that. August 10th, 2019. Look at that. That's
smack dab in
hoorah.
the that was only about a year after the previous longest government shutdown. That's
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah. No kidding. Oh yeah. Hold
we
on.
haven't
Hold
even
on.
took
What is this
we
today?
have
Number
broken we
36.
broke the record. Broke the record. We did it, guys.
Have we done it?
We did it. Look at this. This has been a
Now the
record
longest in
been a
history.
record breaking year. The filibuster was broken.
Yeah.
The longest government shutdown.
We've had several of the largest fucking marches in history, and now, thank
The
goodness.
the most renovations to the White House.
Oh boy, that is the best.
The most
I love all the gaudy gold, just like that adorns
it's
everything in there now.
so
It
ick.
it, it makes me want to puke with such pride.
Ugh. But
Yeah,
the dude, and that
I'm fucking kidding.
I know.
I
I
mean,
know. It's just it still does churn this stuff. Like uh the suing of one's
yeah,
own Justice Department, longest government shutdown, the most people not fit, the fucking biggest single day protest. The the we are great.
Yeah, we're doing
We are
good, man.
great at breaking the worst records that I guess needed to be broken. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what
Yeah,
is
I mean,
this?
really, again, one of my only few pieces of solace here is that times of great social upheaval in this country usually seem to be followed by times of great social progress. So we're
Yeah.
holding we're
I
knock on
mean,
wood.
you can only push so far, dude. Push so far. Heck. I think the election results. What else is on that list? What else grabs you?
The election results?
No, 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 no.
Oh, on your list
I just
here.
have no
Well,
fucking
let's
idea
take
where.
Oh, well, that's not good.
No, it's
Let's see
great.
here. All right, so we got define court orders over. Oh, that's SNAP, not SHAP. I thought you were. Whoops. It's all right. At least your handwriting's better than mine. I'll give you that. So I know that's not a high bar to pass, but yeah. Okay, so define court orders over SNAP. I think
So
just
as
about
per
nobody's
time,
surprised.
when can people expect to receive SNAP benefits? Confusion reigns as Trump threatens to defy court orders.
I heard that.
Shocker.
I don't know, I have. Let's see here, SNAP.
This is the approximately 42 million Americans who receive supplemental nutrition assistance are facing further uncertainty in the midst of delayed payments prompted by a lack of available funds during the government shutdown, which has now entered its second month. Two, like, okay. The
Yeah,
halt to
that's
SNAP
fucking great.
benefits administered by the U.S. Department of Agriculture become a key talking point in the bitter stalemate between.
Yeah, dude, I personally think it's great that we're starving millions of people because of this. That's my favorite actually. I'd like to order two.
Dude. And then, what is it? It's a violation of the Hatch Act, too. They're,
Hatch Act. I mean, come on, they've
yeah, just put that in the dumpster. Like,
yeah, right. We'll get back to that one after a little bit when we assemble the rest of our country back together, but
the Trump administration has been ordered by two federal judges to fund
it's
SNAP during the government shutdown. Massachusetts U.S. District Judge Indira Talwani found on October 31st that the USDA's suspension of SNAP benefits was unlawful and requested a response from the government on how it could fund such payments by Monday. November 3rd, Rhode Island Judge Jack McDonnell on November 1st ordered the government to use emergency contingency funds to pay Americans their benefits amid what has now become the longest shutdown in history.
Woo.
There is no question, that the congressionally approved contingency funds must be used now because of the shutdown. McDonnell argued that the government should find the additional funds necessary to fully fund the November SNAP payment, separate from the money available. So this is like that. Remember that whole constitutional crisis where their breakdown of how it's supposed to work. This is that moment.
Yeah, we're going through the constitutional crisis at the moment because we've not had overreach like this at least in a while. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is kind of just Gilded Age #2 for us, from what I understand. But
It's
like,
seeming like it, yeah. They're
yeah,
they're just better at getting their fingers into the government and like that is the guild in the house. Like yeah,
yeah,
like yeah, it's fucked up, man. It's super fucked up. Yeah, all while fucking crypto scheming and not really not swearing in representatives to cover their own asses.
yep, yeah. I
Oh,
mean, dear God, it has been weeks, and yeah, we're us Arizona boys. Well, I mean, it's not from either of
yeah,
our
it's
districts,
not
but
my
still,
district, but
our state's not being
yeah,
represented properly at the moment. So
our fellow Arizonans are shafted, but it's a
it's
little
no good,
it's
man. It's
enraging.
no good.
I don't. All right, let's check this one out. Now that we've talked about how nobody's getting food, let's talk about how Trump hosted a Great Gatsby party hours
Oh
before SNAP
yes,
funding lapsed.
yeah. We have ladies dancing in
Yeah,
glasses
I'm gonna
and
watch
like
this
giant
little.
over. It's
This
fucking
morning, the
so
White House
stupid, dude.
faces a deadline to pay out
Uh,
SNAP
it's
benefits despite the government
it's
shutdown. A federal judge.
Oh no! Don't. President Donald Trump has come under fire after he hosted a Great Gatsby theme just hours before millions of Americans lost their SNAP benefits. Friday night, I don't know, at Mar-a-Lago it was themed, okay, a little party never killed nobody.
Yeah. So, fun fact: The Great Gatsby is all about how a little party killed two people specifically, actually. One of which being the guy that threw the fucking party, but Lord forbid the irony be found on these guys.
So, okay, let's see. Guests were seen wearing 1920s attire, and there were hosts in flapper attire greeting the invitees, which included Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Ivanka, and Tiffany Trump's husband, Michael Ghosts. Trump did not deliver remarks when reporters were in the room. Fitzgerald's 1925 novel has been celebrated by literary scholars for years for its depiction of the wealth and class divisions in the country that took place during the 1920s. Several Democrats noted the symbolism and criticized the president for throwing the bash while the government shutdown continued. Democratic National Committee Chair Ken Martin
No comment.
accused
Keep
Trump of
going.
not caring about Americans who could go without SNAP benefits because of the shutdown. Last night, Trump made it even clearer that he doesn't give a damn about anyone but himself and his wealthy friends, he said. Statement. It's it's like I can't. How are you even supposed to
There really
fucking
are no words.
how are you
There are
supposed to
no
fucking
words.
feel about that, dude?
He wants us to be pissed off about it. And, fair
It's
enough. It's
working.
an assy thing to do.
I
Well, just,
I want to. Okay, so this is the kind of shit. Like, I want to. I want to take. I want to literally go to the poorest fucking parts of the country, and I want to play this. Like, I want to literally because I feel like this is this goes back to what I was talking about the media diet. You
mhm.
hear that fucking lawnmower?
No, I don't. Oh, my volume's kind of down. No, I
Okay.
don't hear it at all.
Leaf blowing.
Well, it's fall in Arizona, man. There's fucking pine needles all around up there. Leave them where they
They
are.
fell there for their nutrients
Yeah.
need to be digested and made available.
Well, they could just do that over there. Is all. That's all, right? You're fine.
As long as you can't hear it. I'm glad I don't have like a good mic in here. That would drive me.
Yeah.
That would kill me. Anyway,
Yeah.
so this kind of goes back to what I'm saying about like media silos, like the impenetrable flow, like one stream of dog shit information versus another stream of dog shit information. Who knows what of it's true, and that the paths don't like once you get corralled into your way of thinking about things, it's kind of hard to get out of that as far as like the algorithm is concerned. The
Yeah.
algorithm wants to keep you thinking the way aged. Like, and so like news stories that you're not going to be receptive to show up.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's plenty of shit that I don't get to hear about just because it's not in my orbit, and the all-knowing algorithm knows what I'd love to have, I guess. So I'm fed that shit. I get it. We need to bring back the fucking God. What was it? The fairness doctrine or some shit like that. I don't know.
Fairness
Whatever the
doctrine.
fuck. Yeah.
Where every news source had to report fairly on both sides of the. Check out. I'm gonna just rep them and maybe sponsor us eventually. But for real, like journalism and for good balanced journalism, and for a fair spread of news diet, okay, check out Ground News. Okay, Ground News rates every article that it ingests. I know I'm fishing.
You
Fishing
fishing?
for
You're trying to get the sponsorship.
yeah. It'd be nice.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but it's cool though. No, it is cool. So you can. I'll fucking. You know what? I'll just fucking pull it up, dude. I'm not subscribed, but I'd like a free subscription. Ground News. Let me say it one more time.
Oh boy.
Daddy's got to get his beak wet. Okay, come on.
I feel like a slut by proxy, dude. Here, come on.
Okay, so here's the splash. Okay, get unlimited access to our blind spot news feed, unlock bias and factual ratings for thousands of news sources, and much more. So what it does is it goes through all of these. It's basically like it just puts them all together, all of these different news articles, and rates them based off of like the skew, like the spin that they have. So, like for instance, okay, so this is Blind Spot News. Federal judge orders White House to restore sign language interpreters at press brief. Okay, well, while definitely an issue, that is what the right is ingesting. Okay, so let's, as per ground news right here, that 85%. Click through. On Tuesday, U.S. District Judge Amir Ali ordered immediate ASL interpretation at press briefings by President Trump or Caroline Levitt, Secretary. The National Association of the Deaf sued after the Trump White House ended the Biden-era ASL policy, arguing this violated the 1973 Act, expanded it. So, shitty. Obviously a shitty thing to do, that I wish that people understand how shitty that was. But why? That's a thing. But why wasn't the first thing that I saw that the right is ingesting? He's starving you while he's partying. That that goes to my. This is why they keep getting away with it. Is because
They don't know about
the
it.
people with an outsized amount of power electorally in our country, because there are people by zip code that have more power and sway for our federal politics, right? But they aren't given the same information that not that everybody, but like we're not all given the same information in a way
Mhm.
that we can digest and see. Like media obfuscation and truth hiding and all that sort of thing that's why we're in this place. So it almost feels like we have to, as much as I like to think that we're doing something. Well, that guy, I'm glad he showed. But
Mhm.
like,
We have a conversation with everybody every week.
yeah,
so
anyone
far.
that pops in, Phil, please
Yeah, feel free to say hi.
pay attention. It has to be done like outside of these four walls. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like it.
Yeah, community outreach starts literally with your community.
Crazy.
It sucks, it's hard, but like, I don't know. I've started going to a book club at my local library. It's really nice.
No shit.
That's a good thing to go to. Oh yeah. Actually, it's happening today. As of it's I'm gonna be going out of my library and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna go talk about books. It's only like 8 people in there maximum, but it's nice. We get to talk about books and how fun books are and whatever the fuck we're reading currently. Normally it's about talking about good books and books that we've enjoyed and suggesting books to other people. But sometimes I like to bring in a book that I really hate just to talk about it because I love talking about books that I hate too. It's really fun.
Do you
Anyway,
rant about that?
I do. I
I've
do.
honestly heard you talk more about books that you dislike than I. No, not more, but it's probably an even split. Yeah.
Well, because that's the thing. I find bad books not obviously as good as good books, but like still equally worthy, right? I mean that's why I'm reading Dean Koontz right now. He is not I mean, this man is not fucking Herman Melville. He is not John Steinbeck, right? He is not a Shakespeare. But you know what he does? He gives me a cheesy fucking story that is just stupid but great. I love it. Like I'm
I
doing
like Lightning, dude.
Lightning was fun, right? But it was cheesy as shit.
It's a little cheesy. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
as like.
That's not a bad thing, though. I'm not. That's okay. That's to be clear. Dean Koontz isn't a bad author, right? I
I'm
don't think
not
he's.
as
I've
literary
read
as you.
bad authors.
I didn't think I'm
Well,
cheesy. I think is
no, that's the thing, though. It's like that's just the flavor of Dean Koontz. Oh, hold on. He came back. Okay, all right, right quick about Dean Koontz. Dean Koontz is fine. I like Dean Koontz. I've read several. I've like up to like 15
well,
Dean Koontz books at this point. I do like it. Anyway, back to this guy. Thank you for at least turning to my question before. I am fascinated with historical politics. Yeah, I
dude,
mean,
same man. Like I
it's
think
very interesting.
I wish more people paid attention to like what happens historically, because I don't know if you were here for it, but like we talked about like the Gilded Age. I think one of the biggest problems that's going on right now is like a lack of correct legislation around industry titans. So again, like you humans just repeat this fucking 100-year cycle where we fuck everything up. And we like elect despots and we let business run wild. Like you saw
Mhm.
it in Germany, and to some degree you're seeing it here. Like I wish more people paid attention to history because there's so many. I had a literal fucking history teacher talking to me today about the terrifying parallels between where we're at right now and like 1930s Germany. Like it's it's fucked. So fucked. I wish people paid more attention to history. And then tariffs leading to
Yeah,
fucking
those
market
those
collapses.
who forget their history are doomed to repeat it.
Dude, seriously. Like, and it's
I don't know who
fucking
said
annoying
that, but
because you even think about fucking COVID, dude. It was like 100 years. Like,
yeah, I mean,
why?
it
We're
was
just
just kind
literally
of
just
Spanish
gonna
flu 2.0.
we're just literally gonna do that shit again. Like, I feel like if that's the case, I'm gonna dress like an organized fly as fuck. Like pinstripe suit.
Get some suspenders, right? You
Well,
know.
no, I'm not gonna be a common street thug, bro. I'm gonna wear a fucking
Oh,
like a nice suit, and I'm gonna get a fucking little pocket square. And I don't fucking like cigars, but I'm gonna start smoking them. Like, yeah, fuck it. Like, let's go. Yeah, syndicate, bro. Let's syndicate. I think. Yeah. Anyway, historical precedent for a lot of things is like, dude. Even oh my god, this is the wildest thing about this moment because we have an historical precedent from less than 10 years ago about tariff policy. Like, it, I, I do not
shit's ugly right
understand.
now.
Huh?
Or I just said shit's ugly right now. I mean, like I think there's a lot of reasons why people don't really study history. For
Dude,
one, I
anime
think that
titties,
the
for one.
just give Lincoln anime titties, and then everybody will know everything that happened during the Civil War. It's gonna be great. Fucking, you want to know
uh,
about George
I
Washington?
have
There you go.
picture.
That's all
I'm
you need.
picturing. Yeah, him like on the boat over the river, and he's just got fucking massive knockers.
Yeah,
here's
right.
here's
Well, I mean,
Ben
there's a reason
Stein
why that
talking
one
about
picture
tariffs.
keeps getting used for Manifest Destiny. That one giant lady that there's a reason that picture keeps getting used. I don't know.
You're gonna have to fuck
You
show
don't
me.
know what? Oh, hold on.
They
It's
bring
it's
up a
like the
manifest
Manifest Destiny picture. Hold on.
manifest D cups. No, it's it's yeah. His historical precedent. It's annoying
Yeah, right.
because we just don't listen to any of it.
No, we really don't. Humans are really bad at doing that.
So what do you think about? So while you're looking that up, I've wondered what if in I think in this country it's hard to do like a third party because there's this whole narrative around a vote for a third party is just a trash can. Like
I
it
mean,
doesn't.
as it currently is, like, yeah, it's here.
Because I've thought about the Bull Moose Party. I've looked at and before I realized that a lot of them were kind of Nazi shitheads, the idea of libertarianism, it a lot of it rung true to me, and then I realized what the subtext for a lot of that was, and I was pretty turned off. But fucking little porcupine. I just want a cool
Portugal.
animal that isn't a donkey or a fucking elephant. But like a real solid like third party option that has a cool. But yeah,
I mean,
so
like,
what if what would the Bull Moose Party look like right now? Like it would the way that I would run as a Bull Moose candidate. You'd shit. See, I did it. I will say though, I bring up Dwight a lot in streams. I'm in because I find to be an anomaly in the history of America. One of the few men who left like a lot of liberals say I hate Republicans, but I like Ike.
I need to do more research on
Yeah,
Eisenhower
my
before. I mean,
knowledge
like
of
again, like the little
yeah.
bit that I know, like he was around during the end of World War. No, wait, no, he wasn't. He was Korea,
Okay,
wasn't he? Because it
but
was
I don't know.
Truman that took over for FDR. I think. I'm sorry. I think I was getting myself mixed up. So
Yeah,
hold on. Yeah, and
yeah.
personally,
My
for me,
okay. Yeah,
someone
talk
like
about
him.
history. I'm shit at history. So give us a second. Let's read Dwight Eisenhower. Born David Dwight Eisenhower, October 14th, 1890, March 1969. Was the 34th President of the United States, serving from 53 to 61. During World War II, he was the Supreme Commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force in Europe and achieved the 5-star rank as General of the Army. Eisenhower planned and supervised two of the most consequential military campaigns of World War: Operation Torch in North Africa Campaign, 2 to 43, and the invasion. Well, I would fucking vote for the guy too. Fucking A, man. Like,
Yeah,
anybody that
I,
punches Nazis, at least. He he was born in Texas. Let's see. Wait.
mhm,
I want to just skip to
mhm,
entered the presidential race as Republican to block the isolationist foreign policies of Senator Robert Taft, who opposed NATO.
oh wow.
I mean, it's in that climate, absolutely. And the formation of NATO, yeah. If I was Russian, I might feel, but the idea that we're all gonna, yeah, pro NATO. Let's see. Eisenhower won that year's election and the 56th election in landslides. His main
Yeah,
goals in
dude. Here,
office.
hold on. He was. Wasn't he the one that actually coined the term military-industrial complex? Now that I'm thinking about it, hold on. So yeah, in his '61 farewell address, he warned of the dangers of the military-industrial complex. Because what, by 1961, hold on, were we in Vietnam yet, or was that was closer to the end of the '60s? I'm pretty sure. But like we had gone through the whole Korean conflict thing was happening at that point, or had happened up through. I think. Darby, what year was Eisenhower elected?
You're saying yes to that was him. That's pretty.
Here. Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, good. Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, bud. Yeah. I mean, so you're like, okay, like, all right. Keep reading. Keep reading for now.
Okay, so let's see. And personally, for me, if someone like him was around today as a Republican, I would vote heartbeat.
Mhm.
Dude. Okay, so this fucking makes me so disappointed in Americans because, see, like, it was a meme, but it's like, what was a controversial opinion? You know, like what used to be just a fact, but is now a controversial opinion, and it's like, I wish that we all still agreed that Nazis were the bad guys. Like,
Yeah. Right.
no shit, dude. Like,
1952 for the
like,
election. Thank you.
like that to me, like that's like what, like, anti-fascism, like, and I'll say it again for the back.
Mhm.
Anti-fascism is one of the things that I used to have national pride about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because as
Right. It was easy to feel like, oh yeah, as Americans, we were the ones that went in and fucking. I mean,
yeah,
I'm
as
not.
you
This is
dig
not what I
further and
believe, but this
further
is
into
the
United States
idea,
history,
right?
that kind of gets a little wobbly. But
Of course,
like,
but right. I mean, what they spoon feed you,
well,
throughout your
yeah,
whole life. That's what you're
the
supposed to
narrative,
expect.
yeah,
The narrative. Thank
the
you.
narrative that we're fed is that, like, Nazis were the bad guys and we kicked their asses. And then you
Mhm.
look at what the Nazis did and you're like, yeah, fuck those guys. We're badass. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we don't agree with that at all. Like,
Mhm.
like standing up to bullies, right? Like, if anyone ran on that platform, let's see, Democrats, Republicans are so evil. Also, Democrats, like, Ike was cool because he was Republican, not,
But he killed
but he
Nazis.
killed Nazis. Oh,
I mean, I
are you saying that? Uh, trying to digest. I'm trying to think of how to put into words how I think that is. Like, he's cool just because he killed Nazis, even though his policies, Germany exists. Like, I'm about to end this whole man's career.
uh,
it's it, it's got to be both, right? Like, I it honestly, okay. So the idea of fiscal conservative, okay, policy hawks that are fiscally conservative. So, like, this is one thing that, like, And like I've heard Dad talk about this, like that used to be kind of their brand, and now it is kind of their brand, but they've used it just to fuck over the polls. It actually has no meaning as far as being scrupulous with government dollars. It They are scrupulous with government dollars, but only as it pertains to not helping anyone but those that. Okay? Does that make
Right.
sense?
I mean, the people who can donate most to them.
Yeah, exactly. To
Yeah, I
scratch
mean,
their own back. We're more than willing to
exactly.
waste a whole bunch of money and time shutting down the government, paying the House do nothing. Well, they take
Hmm.
trips and they fuck off. But the idea of waste, fraud, and abuse is now only what it like is defined by how they feel. The
Yeah, I mean, it's just a way to be able to. I mean, it's fucking red baiting again. Essentially, is all it is. Just like it's pointing out something that doesn't line up with what you want, demonizing it, and then trying to root it out from society. That's it's yeah. I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. We got
okay.
Sure. What I mean basically is if you read over what he did as president, was it all good? No, but I think he meant well in what he wanted to do. And I think most people say in general, yeah, Ike did good things for Americans. See, I mean, like, okay, I think most, like the president that I generally liked were kind of like that. Again, to go back to like Teddy Roosevelt, right? I know about that's that you were saying you knew about Teddy Roosevelt. The little bit that I know about him, again, did some good environmentalist shit. Was he the trust buster? I almost want to say he was the trust buster, but I could be wrong about that. Um, Regardless, like yeah, there are definitely good things they did, but I also know that like they probably did some weird. Again, every president has committed war crimes, so like, boy, it would be nice to just have a president that doesn't, like blatantly at least fuck over our allies directly. So like, would Ike be a better replacement than Donald Trump, for instance? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, very clearly, yes, very clearly, Ike would be a much better president. So would probably Teddy Roosevelt. So would, I want to say almost every single other president in U.S. history, but I'm just not well enough established with all of them to actually make that claim. But emotionally, I would like to at least claim it. So
He sure wanted to throw a bunch of nukes around.
yeah, well, I mean,
So it from just the
well,
little
hold
bits
on.
that I'm reading.
Yeah, I mean, he did. There was shit tons of nuclear testing under Eisenhower, right? Now, granted, I mean, it was Truman that actually signed off on using the nukes in Japan, though, I think, right?
It didn't look like he did a bunch of drop, but there was a lot of threats about it. So I think that this gets into
It was
okay,
Truman.
much more interventionist. So from what I'm reading about Eisenhower now, like much more willing to jump in and intervene on behalf of American, which like I have mixed feelings about. Like it's I think that's hard. That's a hard one. I don't know how I would really want to sit on American intervention and things because okay, he supported regime-changing military coups in Iran and Guatemala, orchestrated by his own administration. So that right there, like that's hey,
Mm,
that's a little
mm,
douchey. Like going in and then overthrowing and regime change. I don't know that I want to spend so much energy getting things
mhm.
with the stick. Like I like the
You'd
idea of
rather
a
the carrot than the stick.
man. I don't mind having a big
I
stick,
agree.
like I
Yeah,
do.
walk
But the
softly but carry a big
yeah
stick.
right
I
like
think that was Teddy
well,
that said
yeah
that
go
one.
to go back to Teddy. The idea that I'm not fucking around, like the idea of Americans can blow shit up and like, but the idea that we're not going to use that preemptively and we would use that sparingly. I don't think that yeah the literal nuclear option or I'm going to invade or I'm going to support a coup like until it preventing those things, preventative medicine is always better than curative medicine, which pisses me off about the USAID thing, because that was us trying to use more preventative. Okay, like fine, it's fine if we have a gigantic military. It's not fine, but like the idea that our military can't be contested, that just makes us safer. Like I don't think that you have like a state without investing in, but I'm just gonna go use it to support my own ends.
Yeah,
Ending
go
fascism,
check
that's one
the
thing, but
check the chat right quick because I think he's got some points that he's trying to make here.
See,
So the only criticism that could have been done was more for civil rights intervention. I gave him a pass on simply because who else would have done anything differently? We would have ended up with intervention if anyone else was in office. So I do not necessarily blame that on Eisenhower.
that was kind of, I mean, in that period in time, like that was like,
I mean, America was doing a lot of shiesty shit in the southern hemisphere around that point in time, correct?
we were
Or
doing
in
a lot of
South
shicey
America,
shit
correct?
around the southern hemisphere. Like it's, you can call it national security. It was a different time, I suppose. Like it was a different time. We had just proved that like our military is beyond contestation. So the idea of, but I just like, I obviously don't agree with it, and like I think it's shitty, but to that end, like
Yeah, I
historically,
mean, I don't
that's
think
what
it's wrong
anybody
to
would have.
call out the behavior that was wrong so that we can avoid that behavior again,
I
right? You know, I mean,
I don't
there's
think I don't think any president has ever done enough rights. Like there's
absolutely.
obviously presidents who have pushed the
Hmm.
envelope on what was acceptable at the time for civil rights, but as far as enough, none of them have even scratched the surface. What I would like to see, I and I'm sure this is gonna excite you, but like too much concentration of wealth in the hands of too few is a civil rights issue because
I would absolutely agree.
like one person's right to excess shouldn't take away from somebody else's right to fucking eat. Like like
Exactly, right? I
does
mean,
that
that's
yeah.
a lot of why I said that's why I said earlier about what I did about the Ninth Amendment, right? It's one of the most important ones because it implies that there are far more than what are outlined in the Constitution. Yeah.
Let's see. Hey kids, I killed Nazis. Democrats, he killed Nazis, vote for him. Uh Adlai Stevenson, opponent in
His
52 and
opponent.
56. Am I a joke to you? Well, yes,
Well,
but
yes,
actually
but
no.
no.
Dude, I'm so fucking cooked. This like I literally had a frame by frame play of every one of those memes. Like okay. Damn.
Yeah,
I
you need
mean,
to, Darby. You need to go touch grass more,
I know,
man. I
dude.
need to
I
go
know
touch
it.
grass
I
more.
think it's endemic. The touch grass, the lacking
Right.
touching of grass, and but
Yeah,
yeah,
we should try more of that. That would be.
I
I mean,
get
and that's coming from me, man. I sit and do nothing but fucking read and write, and
now.
that's.
So
Well, I mean, I guess I do work, but like if that
I want to
doesn't
know
count, man.
what. So let me look up. Do you know what his opponent was? Ad my.
It was Adlai Stevenson.
So
Stevens.
let's see. An American politician and diplomat who was the United States ambassador to the United Nations in 61 until his death in 65. Previously served as the 31st governor of Illinois from 49 to 53. Was the Democratic Party nominee for the president of the United States in 56, losing both elections to Eisenhower. Stevenson was the grandson of Adlai Stevenson. Wait a second. I'm looking at the second one. Wait.
Yes,
No. This is
this
him.
the
Adlai
grandson of the
Stevenson, the
first.
second one, was.
Yeah,
Okay.
the older one. Yeah,
Who does that?
he's got a hell of a fucking.
No
I don't
hate
know,
on him,
dude.
but you're making cataloging and chronicle
I wouldn't do it myself. Yeah.
for somebody. I want to
He was
know
elected governor of Illinois.
the ambassador to the UN. Um,
Huh. Oh, he dealt with the Bay of Pigs invasion. No shit. And the Cuban Missile Crisis. Interesting. And he also worked through under Lyndon Johnson as well. Interesting.
so I always want to know what prevented him from getting. 'Cause this is like, was he gonna help people?
Right.
I'm so cynical, but let's see, he was born in L.A.
Well, I want to see. I'm going to look and see at the presidencies before and after them. See, so that was what 52 was when he first failed, correct?
What did he do as governor of? Uh, I want to know what I want to know is if he had a progressive policy that was suppressed. I feel like that surprised me, or if he cared too
Darby,
much about civil
click the
rights.
link in the chat.
Show you the
I did
piece,
click the link in the chat.
the
That's
Dwight
fucking
meme.
hilarious.
Yeah. All right, here, let's have a look.
It was pretty good.
Okay. I they'd be like, I love that. There would be like the people, he's not right. This is the only time I've literally talked about
Mm.
Eisenhower, besides the time that I learned his name. This is the most in-depth conversation I've ever had about Dwight.
You've ever thought about Dwight
Yeah,
Eisenhower?
which is cool.
But, yeah, I
No,
mean,
I'm into it. That's great. see.
yeah. Oh, yeah, no, Eisenhower was a feller. It looks like he did a lot of shit. I guess I got to look about that election. 1950, 52. All right. Between Eisenhower and Adlai Stevenson. Well, okay, yeah, it looks like.
This is my favorite.
Okay, so yeah, I was looking at the Electoral College breakdown of the 1952 election, which was the first time Eisenhower would have been. I think. Hold on. I think that was the first. Yeah. Oh, and he ran with Richard Nixon as his running mate. Interesting. Anyway, so let's see here. Yeah, it looks like Eisenhower won. Let's see here. He won 55.2% of the popular vote, but with the Electoral College, let's see here. He won most of the states, fucking including Texas, California, New York, which at the time had 45 electoral votes. That's pretty nuts. Anyway, yeah, there's
How many?
you
Wait.
got Tennessee.
Whoa.
Huh.
Reel that back. Who had what?
In 1950, what was this? 1952. At that point in American history, New York had 45 electoral college votes.
How many do they
California
have
only
now?
had 32. I don't know. I have to look. Current electoral votes in New York. I want to say in the 20s, but I don't know for sure. Hold on. Help if I spell things properly.
How is that? Oh, how that decided. Let's see. While you do that,
Let's
I'm going
see
to keep
here. We
reading
got
about it.
28. 28 is what New York currently has.
28.
Yep.
Versus 44?
Yeah, I mean, that was America. New York was like the center of American population for a very fucking long time, and eventually it wasn't. Right? I'm not 100% sure when, but I'm pretty sure it's because there was a huge, giant westward push towards California, and then it just has become the most populous state and has remained since. I want to say I think it was like maybe the 60s or 70s when that officially happened, but I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know for certain.
Heard. Let's see. So this is Stevenson. This was Eisenhower's opponent. Stevenson's governorship coincided with the second Red Scare. This term, the Illinois state legislature passed a bill that would have made it a felony to belong to any subversive group and would have required a loyalty oath of public employees and candidates for office. Stevenson vetoed the bill. His public message regarding the veto, Stevenson wrote, "Does anyone seriously think that a real traitor will hesitate to sign a law? Of course not. Really dangerous submersives and saboteurs are caught by careful, constant, and professional investigation, not by pieces. The whole notion of loyalty inquisitions is a natural characteristic of the police state, not of a democracy. I know full well this veto will be distorted and misunderstood. I know that to veto this bill in this period of grave anxiety will be unpopular with many, but I must, in good conscience, protest against any unnecessary suppression of our ancient rights as freemen. Win the contest of ideas that afflicts the world not by suppressing those by their truth." I would imagine because of the it's the oldest thing. Okay. Stevenson proved to be a popular public speaker and gained a national reputation as with a self-depreciating sense of humor to match. One example came when the Illinois state legislature passed a bill supported by bird lovers, declaring that cats roaming unescorted was a public nuisance. Stevenson vetoed the bill and sent the public message regarding the veto. It is in the nature of cats to do a certain amount of unescorted roaming. Sorry, I just had to read that for the problem of cat versus bird is as old as time. If we attempt to solve it by legislation, who knows? But what we may who knows but what we may be called upon to take sides as well in the age-old problem of dog versus cat, bird versus bird, or even bird versus worm. In my opinion, the state of Illinois and its local governing bodies already have enough to do without trying to control feline delinquency. Okay, all right, okay. For these reasons, and not because I love birds the less or cats the more, I veto and withhold my approval from Senate Bill number 93. Okay, well,
Okay, maybe American politics has always been weird, but yeah. I don't know. All right, well,
where
I
do you
gotta start
stand on
getting to work
cat
here
versus
pretty
bird?
soon. Where do I stand on cat versus bird? Fucking that argument is for the birds, man. That's what I think.
For their very survival.
For
I
their
think
very survival,
this is a bird civil rights issue.
a bird civil rights issue. Well, you know what? Then fucking go birds, man. I don't know. Fucking
Go bird or go home.
right. All right.
Well,
Anyway, I gotta get to going. I gotta get going here pretty quick because I have to go get work done. Anyway, uh, yeah. What all did we talk about today? We had a bunch of conversations about elections happening. That was nice. Elections that weren't just complete ass fuckery this time around. Like it's better off this way. So hold on. What did we talk about? We talked a lot about Eisenhower.
we talked a lot about Eisenhower.
We learned about Eisenhower. We're gonna learn more about Eisenhower.
I want someone to chat with because I like the idea of the fucking.
Yeah.
Really quick before you go, I'm gonna look more into what Teddy did. Anyway. Oh, what we should fucking rep though before you go. Seriously, the boycott. Okay, if you fucking
Oh,
disagree with
yes.
what's going on, so elections, amazing, great, pushing a more progressive agenda across the board, right? Groovy.
Mhm.
The other thing is that we need to do more by doing less. So November 25th through December
I
2nd,
think it's December 2nd. Yeah.
get the fuck out there and do nothing.
Yeah. Don't buy from big stores. If you need to buy something, go to a small local guy. You know, talk to your neighbors. Try to buy nothing if you can. There's
Okay.
plenty of ways to get around not purchasing things. There's going to be times where it's going to be impossible for some folks. So, but do it as much as possible.
Okay.
Every little bit helps.
Blackout the System has called for a nationwide boycott, urging participants to refrain from working or spending money from November 25th to December 2nd. Protest against a damaged government and economic system. Recent days, Blackout the System, a movement advocating unity across race, culture, and class, has been actively promoting the upcoming second wave economic blackout, scheduled around the Thanksgiving holiday and extending through Black Friday and Cyber Monday. The initiative aims to become the most significant economic blackout in protest in U.S. history, demonstrating that real power belongs to the people, not corrupt governments, billionaires, broken systems. Day 1, no work. Shopping, vanished from the system. Instagram video says, "We are the economy. Without us, nothing moves. Hold our money, they can't buy our silence. Don't grind for them today. We starve the machine." So, yeah, fucking don't do shit. If there's a company, you can find out where they've donated their money, what PACs they support, and the shit that they've gotten into politically. And if there's anything on there, and this is like for anybody, this is however you feel about it, no matter what I'm going to even say whatever the party is. I don't care. Let's not make this a fucking partisan issue. If there's a company that supports causes that you do not support, don't buy shit from them. And it's hard because there's only a few fucking companies, but you can fucking buy food to cook at home. It'll save you money. If you can fucking use some of that vacation time, if you can not fucking drive, and if you can take your money out of the bank, and if you have to spend anything, use cash. because it's all the giant wheels that keep it turning. Every one of those times you use that card, you're investing in a giant money machine that you're just being exploited through. So fucking November 25th through December 2nd, don't do shit.
Yeah, man. Fucking don't do nothing.
If you can.
I don't know. Man, I don't have anything to add. Yeah, just
Okay.
what you said, but again.
Totally.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah. All right. I'm
All right,
getting out
homie.
of here, man. I gotta go to work. So
All right, I got
good toodle. I bid you.
Maybe I'll talk till.
Talk till noon, man. Fucking shout into the void.
I will shout into the. I will just go through and I'm just gonna hit. I'm gonna find my list. Actually, knock out the shit that we didn't talk about.
Well, fucking do it, man. Until
All
then, I bid you good toodle.
I love you, and I'll catch you around.
Hey, I love you, man. Peace out.
Bye. All right. Well, now it's me, silent. Let's do. All right.